Amazing call, guys. Leaders show up, and that's what you just did. You showed up to get information to change your life, to impact other lives, and to boom your business. So, if it's your first time, welcome to the call. My name is Zarek Knight. I'm out here in Denver, Colorado. Currently, world team working towards building an active world team business, helping people change lives. Tell you a little bit more about our philosophy. We do base our system and our businesses, our lives, how we live life around you, where, talk. And who else is going? Let me see. Melanie, can you push mute? Everybody else, I think that's one of those. Meetings on. All right. Getting a little bit of feedback. I think we're getting there. Awesome. Lindsay, yours is off mute, but I don't know if that's coming for you. But I'll keep the party going. Y'all can still hear me. We use word talk, but also our philosophy is 20% fitness, 80% nutrition, and 100% mindset. So with that being said, our call, we're talking about end of month. Of course, we know there's 5 gets 5. We're working towards building active world team. And what is amazing, you get to achieve this pin over and over again. So I love it that we have a lot of President's team members, GET team members, Millionaire team members, and World team members all pushing to become active world team because it's such a prestigious pin, because it's a business building, business action pin. You have to put in work to get that pin. So I love that. Tonight's call is going to be about end of month. What we're doing to push towards those goals at the end of the month. We have an incredible panel. I'm excited to see. Oh, we'll let that echo out a little bit. All right, cool. Got an incredible panel that I'm excited to hear from. This is individuals that are in gear, pushing, and just to hear from them what they're doing at the end of the month. What are they doing to help change pin, to change their own pins? What goals are they pushing for? What goals are they helping other people achieve? That's what we get to do anyway, but it's amazing when we come together and we get to push for that common purpose, that common goal. I can always still imagine like some of the pushes when we were getting Marcus Tamil team and Nagin was hitting get, Kevin was hitting get, Khalil going to press team. Like, it was an amazing moment to be a part of that. So we get to hear a little. Also, so when we jump in, we're going to talk about some personal development as well. That's 100% mindset. That's a key to our business, guys. It's what you become. And through personal development, you get to change yourself to impact others. So I'm excited to hear more about our personal development as well. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to jump straight into it. Like I said, again, welcome to the call. First up, what I'm bringing to the mic, incredible individual, blessed to have this guy in my life as a leader, as a friend, but he actually is the reason why we're on this call tonight, going for that next level in that 7.5 mil. He's working towards President's team. Amazing, amazing leader. He put so much into this for us. Please help me welcome Mr. Marcus James to talk about our personal development tonight.
What up, Z? Yo, thank you so much for that introduction. Welcome, family, to this call. For those of you that don't know, my name is Marcus James. Been a part of this beautiful movement for 3.5 years now, and it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. But since we're talking about personal development, I want to talk to you about the key piece to this journey that has made it real for myself, and that's by growing myself. I can tell you to this day, I'm still not perfect. I recognize I have a lot of shortcomings and a lot of mistakes that I make on a daily. Personally developing and growing and becoming a better version of myself. I don't allow my mistakes to justify my inaction towards my goals, my hopes, and my dreams. And so tonight's personal development, I specifically want to talk to you guys about that. Because a lot of times we have a tendency to be our own worst critic and hold ourselves to expectations that we're not ready to live up to. Give yourself grace and take time with this journey. There's one thing specifically that I want to relate to each and every individual on this call. 3.5 years in, this is not a sprint. If you're going to sprint, make sure your endurance is high enough that you can keep that sprint up, because this race is a marathon. This is going to take time. Nothing in your life is going to be perfect in the process. Eric Thomas says it best. It takes 21 years to be 21 years old. No matter what you do in that 21 years, you're not going to speed up the process to getting to 21. You don't control when President's team happens. You just control whether or not you're going to put in the work to bring it to your reality. And when God says you've learned enough, you've become the best version of yourself, you've gone through enough, you've endured enough, you've held for enough people, then that will become your reality. And if it's not President's Team, it could be World Team, it could be Active World Team, Global Expansion, Mill Team, whatever pin or thing, that whatever lifestyle it is you're looking to create for yourself on this journey is going to take time. Give yourself grace. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like this year, my motto for myself is no BS at my table. Like I have no more room to tolerate negativity in my life. And it's not to say that I have to lose love for the people in my life and my family, my circle, but you're not going to bring BS to my table anymore because I'm surrounded by the most incredible people in the world trying to do something that's unrealistic to the world. Being a positive influence to the world around you, creating a dream that doesn't have a blueprint. I can tell you guys right now, Herbalife has no blueprint for how this, see, I see babies on the line, so I caught it, right? There's no blueprint for how this transpires and becomes your reality. There is no roadmap. There's no guaranteed path to success. You're going to implement, you're going to work, shit's going to go wrong. Sorry, I didn't catch it that time. But then you get to navigate and redirect and regraduate your course to fix all the things in action. I'm going to equate it to parenting, and I don't even have kids, right? Like when you have a child, there's nobody to sit there and teach you how to perfectly raise that child, that human being, to become the best version of themselves. Your business is your child. And you're going to make mistakes along the way. Things are going to fall apart. They're going to go extremely incredible. They're going to be like this incredible gray area. You're going to be lost at times. As a millionaire team member, I can tell you there are plenty of days where I sit there and I look in the mirror and I go, what the hell is happening? So if you're a brand new senior consultant and you go, what the hell is happening? It's okay. Just keep envisioning what it is you're looking to create. In any 2 years, you can change your life. Jim Rohn talks about this in Building Your Network Marketing Business. I've been diving back into that personal development on a regular basis because I realized that within 2 years of this journey, every face that's a part of this family, I was already dreaming about. The beautiful people that were at Power Camp, I already saw it. Thank you to Kevin and Nagin for being there to encourage us to take that step because that brought the dream to reality, right? But at no point in time does it become this easy route where you go, oh, I see the vision and I share the vision with one person, they believe in it, and then it becomes poof, real, right? It takes a lot of work, a lot of love, and a lot of struggle. So if you're going through something right now, congratulations. You're about to go through stuff anyway. Hold your head up. Keep pushing forward because the reason you can still stop right now and take a deep breath, actually, let's do that. Take a moment and just take a deep breath. What that means is you're still alive. If you're still here, that means that God has an overall purpose for your being to still be on this earth. So the shit you went through, you had to go through to be the person you are today so that you can get a little bit better tomorrow. Don't worry about the volume points. Don't worry about whether or not your business is growing as fast as somebody else's business. When I talk about this being a marathon, this is a marathon between you and you. That's it. You're your only competition on this journey. And when you do personal development, you start to realize that you're only competing against who you were yesterday. I can tell y'all, I'm only trying to stunt on the old Marcus. I used to try to prove people wrong. That was my motivation for a long time. To sit here and try to figure out who I could be like, oh, they doubted Herbalife. They doubted me. They told me I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. No, I beat myself up more than they ever did. So if I can prove to my old self that I've gotten better today, then tomorrow gets a little bit brighter. Tomorrow, I'm a little more open to have the conversation. Tomorrow, when I'm at the grocery store, I'm not beating myself down or creating this fear inside myself that allows me to be open enough to say hello and start a conversation. Who knows where that conversation could go, what kind of invitation it could turn into. But as soon as I get out of my own way, I open the door to possibility. I can be 100% honest with you guys. We all recognize that Nagin is an absolute beast, right? I've known Nagin has been a beast for over a decade. When I saw her as a volleyball player at Scottsdale Community College, You don't want to get smacked by a volleyball player. She's one of the volleyball players you don't want to get smacked by. She's got heavy hands, right? But at the end of the day, recognizing the power that's within her I don't have to fear that. I just get to feed off of that. She has strengths that I definitely don't have. And all it had to come from was being willing enough to have an invitation. Right? So you never know what could transpire just from getting out of your own way. So when we talk about personal development, it's easy to read a book because somebody else read a book and they had an incredible revelation from it. But you got to read something that's in alignment with where your heart is, what you're going through in life. Because what you're going through is okay. Just continue to move forward through it. Because I've said this before. There's only 3 types of people. Ones that are going into a storm, ones that are currently in a storm, and really weird sounds, or ones that are coming out of a storm. And if you're coming out of a storm, enjoy that breath of fresh air because you're headed back into another storm. It is absolutely inevitable. But because you went through one, you're strong enough to endure the next. And every storm you go through, you just get a little bit better. You get a little bit more weather retardant, and you can handle more. You're stronger, you're more equipped to just be the best version of yourself, and you know that every storm has an end. Every storm has an end. The last thing I want to share with you guys on the personal development aspect of it is remember that you are not alone on this journey. If you're on this Zoom right now, you can see. If you were at Power Camp, you can see it for sure. If you've been in our Voxer groups, you can see for sure. You are never alone. And even though we like to shut ourselves off from the world when we struggle, that little voice in your head, to all the babies on the line, like, just tell that ish to shut up, right? It's trying to convince you that you got to go through this by yourself. It's trying to convince you to go back to your old you. It's that word Nagin talks about a lot in resistance, right? It's trying to convince you that the direction you're going isn't for you, and it's lying to you. You wouldn't be here if your heart didn't tell you that it was for you. Don't give in to the resistance. Keep pushing for your greatness. And if you don't know what your greatness looks like, then you're probably going in the right direction, because none of us have an idea what the finish line is going to look like. We just keep envisioning what our dream gets to be, and we're building it every single day. Zarek, back to you, fam.
Yo, I appreciate it. Ripping the PD. Oh, that's dope, man. I love it. That's why he's starting it off for us, guys. What I love about, first off, MJ, thank you for being authentic. Thank you for being transparent. I know a lot of people, when you're out front, people don't think that you have doubts. People don't think that you having similar issues that they may go through in life as well. So thank you for being transparent and letting us know that you still try to figure it out after building a millionaire team. So that's awesome. Great takeaways that I got from that was give yourself grace. Like, think about giving yourself grace. Right now, we are our worst critics in everything in life. But most people think of it. How many people do I have to get on my team? Who can I go get on my team? I look at that as, who can you attract on your team? Because the people that you get may leave, but the people that you attract believe in you because you became somebody that is of influence. So who are you attracting? And then think about it. Would you follow you? Think about you as a leader, as a person. Would you follow you? How much work are you putting in to have the confidence to say, hey, I'm putting in the work. Just come my way. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm going to work. And I love that. So that action is all behind that attraction. And then also the endurance of it. Think about it, guys. It's every day, every month, every hour endurance. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So you had a good month in January. Great. It's February. Let's have a good month. You had a bad month in January. Great. It's February. Let's have a good month. It's always going to be a new day for you to get better. So it's awesome. Thank you so much for that, PD. Now we're going to jump into this panel action end of month, talking about what people are doing, just an experience. You'll hear a lot of different stories and what people are doing as well. I'm going to go ahead and start it off. Again, Zarek Knight, World Team, Denver, Colorado. Quick story about, I just wanted to be happy. Wasn't really about the nutrition for me, but I end up losing 10 pounds, put on 10 pounds of healthy weight, amazing energy, started to pay it forward, seeing the opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm taking advantage. So I'm here talking about end of month and what does it mean and what am I doing? End of month to me, it really means what impact your organization is representing. That's what the end of the month push and going to another Active World Team 5 gets 5 when we're pushing for different pins. It's what impact are you bringing when you're pushing? It's volume points are a representation of people getting impacted, whether that's different products, people helping other people, getting on products, getting results. That's all it is. You want a whole bunch of billboards walking around better versions of themselves, and that's what the volume represents to me. So when you think about end of month action, what are you doing to push your business to the next level? What are you doing to get more people into this opportunity? For myself, mine is pushing through the resistance of more face-to-face action. It's one of the most scariest things for, I think, for probably everybody on this call who gets uncomfortable when they have to do face-to-face. Who feels a little bit of each time you gotta build yourself up. But by that third person I talk to, I feel like I'm on fire. Like, yo, whoever I talk to, they about to get started. But that's my thing right now is what I'm doing. It helps me get in action. Of course I send my messages. Of course I do my follow-up. Those things are fairly simple for me just because it's not a lot of face-to-face, but going to talk to a new person that knows nothing about you and probably nothing about this opportunity is always a little bit of resistance to do it. Sometimes a lot of bit of resistance, but you get so excited about a person that's like, wow, I've been looking for you. I've been looking for that opportunity. I am ready to change my life. And it's crazy how those stars align when they're like, oh, I just quit this. I just changed some habits. I've been looking for this. I was going to go be a personal trainer. But now that you've said this, now you presented this opportunity to me, I'm willing to come look at what you're doing. So that's what I'm doing, is really get into that mindset of pushing past resistance to do more face-to-face, because I know you grow outside of your comfort zone, and that's where I'm most uncomfortable. Even though I can talk 100 miles an hour and I can talk all day, it's still that resistance of going to talk to a new person, because you might get a bad attitude. You never know. But that's when personal development comes in and kicks it off as well. So that's my share a little bit about end of month, about changing the 5 gets 5, pushing for Active World Team, what that means to me. But it's a really representation of my organization, of how much am I pouring into them so that they feel confident enough to go take action and talk to more people and bring them into the opportunity. Because once you get to a certain place in our marketing plan, you can't just do it. You can't go out and move up by yourself. But now the people that you've poured into have the opportunity to go out and do that for you as well. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for listening to my share. I want to continue on with our amazing panel. The next guy that I'm bringing up, he almost looks like a twin of mine. But I love the energy that he brought to the table. As soon as he came in with action. It took him a while to get started, but I love the team that he's building. I love the care and the emotion and the love that he operates within. Very great heart guy. It's not hard to meet anybody like him. But I'm going to bring up next to the mic, Mr. RJ.
Can y'all hear me? What's up, Z? Looking pretty dark in that room, bro. Can't see your face. All right, so I'm RJ coming out of Mesa, Arizona. Just want to share a few things. I mean, one thing I'm just going to definitely reiterate about Z is fighting past the resistance of speaking to somebody, because you just never know who you may meet. I'm just going to quickly share a success story this week. On Sunday, I took my son to play basketball. Met this cat I'm looking at, and I'm like, yo, he's hustling on the court. He's shooting around. And I'm like, I'm going to go talk to him. And as soon as I met him, just with him, he was like, I just want to help people. I was like, oh, I got a dope place for you to go to. And I invited him on Wednesday, and he came out to boot camp. He went to HOM. I purchased his plan today. So it's like, you just never know by fighting past that who's looking for what. And it's like, and I'm just looking at one person shooting the basketball, never knew that he'd be a new client less than a week later. So you just never know. And I've heard people say 24 hours change for your life, but I mean, you just never know. So continue to keep fighting past that, because cold marketing ain't fun, like Z said, but I'll try to challenge myself to do at least one cold market a day on top of adding people in Facebook. But what I'm actually going to talk about is the shift in mindset for me. I had to actually get back to my day one. And then everybody hears about going back to basics, use, wear, talk, and things of that nature. But I had to get back to the point where I was excited, Like, I remember when Herbalife, we first get in, like, yeah, Herbalife, everybody say something Herbalife, everybody say something Herbalife. You know, everything you had to say was Herbalife. That's the solution. Get back to that. Like, it's almost like somebody, and Z can attest to that. When marriage is not always the fun thing, you're not going to always be on the same terms. But what I can say about it is that you go back to the day you got married. When you see your wife or your husband in that tuxedo or in that dress, and you remember those feelings. That's the kind of thing you got to look at as Herbalife, is that it's a marriage and there's no divorce. Divorce is not an option. And that you're in this. There's no plan B. It's only plan A. And that you're going to make it happen. Like, you're going to go back to that day one when you're excited. No matter about the ups and downs, the challenges you go through, they're going to happen. You just got to continue to go back to day one. And in that process of me shifting my mindset of actually getting back to my day one and leading from the front, my team is actually doing the same thing, and they're blazing. They're getting wellness profiles. They're cold marketing. They're just in love with the process. And I know that at times when you're getting those reps in and you may not see things happening, keep trusting the process. You're building momentum. It's almost like you're putting a penny in a jar. Eventually that jar is going to get full and it's going to bust and it's going to flow over. It's going to be a time like if you're pouring tea into a cup, it's got to run into the saucer. You just got to know that at some point everything you're doing is building momentum, and it's going to happen. And like Marcus said, you can't compare your journey to somebody else's, because yours is going to be yours. I've watched Cody right behind me, and we've had conversations where she lost her whole team, and look where she's at today. You just never know what it happens by staying in action. It's like it just can pop for you. And in the process of pushing for 5K for me, I can literally say in this month, besides the senior consultant, everything came from new clients, just being in that action. Like, it was like literally, I believe it's five new clients this month. 5 new clients, all off of just being in action, of doing my messages. Thank you, Nagin, again, of talking about DMOs. Got back on my DMOs, got back to leading from the front. And it's like when you do that, you can expect everybody running with you to do the same. So in my DMOs, I pray. I do my personal development, my affirmations to get myself right for the day. And then my business part of it is going to be my 25 messages, and I'm going to get that cold market. But on top of that, I am adding things outside of that, which is Facebook and other people. I'm friending people on there just to get so many people to offer the opportunity on. And one last thing, I definitely read a message from Garen Jones. It doesn't matter who it is, send a message to him, offer the opportunity, because you just never know when you may get a Garen Jones in your downline. So keep working, keep pushing. I love y'all. I'm out.
Yo, RJ, appreciate the share, brother, man. Great takeaway from that, man. What I got from that as well is your cold market. I had a similar experience. Guys, if you ever get that feeling, if you're out and you kind of want to do cold market, or you see somebody and something within you says, I should talk to that person. I should talk to that person. That's something bigger than you, outside of you, trying to get you to step in your greatness. That's all that is. And I had that when you're second guessing and you leave like, dang, I should have said something. I had a feeling when I told me to pull me into a restaurant, I just pulled in, went in there, and that's when I met a girl that just started her 3-day trial, interested in the business, talking about she just quit her job. That's the story I was referring to earlier. But what if I would have just went past that feeling in my stomach and went home? Like, it's something that's calling you to do a bigger purpose. So you have to follow that uncomfortable feeling, because that's greatness calling you. I promise you. I'm not going to lie to you. It's happened to me plenty of times. Even though I still get nervous, I know that that's what is happening right there in that moment. But great takeaways from what you're talking about, RJ. Get excited. Going back to day one. That's all this is the basics. This business is simple. Why do you think they're talking about use, wear, talk? Like, that's what it's found. Our foundation is built on simple, fun, magical, use, wear, talk. That's what it was built off of. $7.8 billion, 35 years, over 90 countries. That's all you have to go do. So when he says get excited, think about what got you excited. There was a change that happened in your life that you got excited about. So maybe you have to make some more changes to get excited again. Don't be stuck in wherever you're at right now. Go get a new result. Go do something different. Go meet a new person. Go get something new that's going to push you to get excited again. So I love that. I love that. And then leading from the front. I hear this time and time again. You can't expect your people to go do something that you're not doing. Don't get busy in management mode. Stay in action mode, because if your team sees you working, what are they going to go do? Work. If your team sees you coaching and managing, what are they going to go do? Coach and manage it, and they're going to stop working. So you have to lead from the front to get that done. So thank you so much, RJ. The next person I'm going to bring up, RJ referred to her. She's the redhead Jessica Rabbit. Now, I watched this lady grow. I watched this lady mature. I've seen this lady impact more lives. She's speaking with more conviction. The results don't lie. You can see the results. You see the numbers. She's always at all the promos. Her business is growing, and she's killing Boxer with some messages right now. I'm like starring and sending it to my team like, yo, y'all better listen to Cody right now. So I'm going to bring up, you see her. She posted up Miss Cody Lee.
What's up, family? How are y'all doing?
Good.
So I'm Cody Lee out here from Scottsdale, Arizona. I am currently world team. I am down over 80 pounds. When I started, I was just for real the typical pissed off fat girl, like all the way around. We all know the pissed off fat girls. That was me before I started. So really, I just want to talk about what changed for me. I'm pretty sure almost everybody here was at Power Camp, almost. So what really changed for me with Power Camp was just really sticking to my DMOs, like not only sticking to them, but tracking them. So it's one thing to have like a mental note, but when you see it and you're honest with yourself every day, like, dang, I fucked up this. Oh, sorry, children. Sorry. I didn't do well today. You can see it when you document everything that you're doing. You can't help but be honest with yourself. And then you realize, why did I not get any volume points for 5 days? Well, because you didn't do anything. That's why. So for me, what really shifted for me is I'm being held accountable to document my DMOs every single day. I do 25 messages. Sounds like everybody else does, 25 messages. I do 10 invites, intentional invites to upcoming events. I do 10 follow-ups. So what I think that I'm doing different with my follow-ups and I don't hear anybody else's is I'm intentionally going back and speaking to the people that didn't get started. The people that were interested, they did something for me to know. Like I talked to them in some way. I know that they wanted, but they just weren't ready at the moment. Those continuous conversations of even like the girl was like, oh, I was sick. I was in the hospital. Me just reaching out to her. I'm not talking about Herbalife. I'm not saying anything about come to my workout. I'm just saying, yo, how are you since you've been home from the hospital? Okay, great. That's great. Then she reaches out to me. Hey, can I come work out with you on Saturday? Yes. Just that 10 seconds of going back and sticking to the my DMOs of going to my follow-ups is where I've been getting a lot of my wellness profiles lately. So, and with my 25 messages and my 10 follow-ups a day, I'm averaging 7 people responding. I think that's a huge number. Like we all do this. We can send messages and messages and messages and get nothing. So to get 7 responses on a daily basis has been amazing. I don't have my other book with me, but I believe I've had 12 wellness profiles in the last 72 hours, which is unbelievable. I still have orders that are pending. So what I did to change since Power Camp, that's really it. Just sticking to what I said I'm going to do. When we're at Power Camp, we all had this feeling we're super hyped. We're like, we're going to get out and change the world. I just bottled that up. Like I literally bottled it up. And when I feel like I'm having a bad day, I let it go. I remember how I felt while I was there and I feel it again. And it motivates me. I don't want to ever come to the next event with the same goals. So if I'm at Power Camp and then I'm at LDW and I'm at the exact same spot, for what? What is that going to accomplish? Every single event, they're pretty much quarterly. You should not be the same person. And if you are, you need to take a look at yourself and make some changes. Or what are you doing? It's pointless. And then also for my 5K push, I'm pushing for this 5K. Actually, I just hit that 5K about 20 minutes ago. So thank you. Super excited for that. But for me, that just proves to me like active world team is possible. It's so possible. Like I did it. Like I just did 5K. I did my part. My team seeing me push for my part, they're going to do their part. I hit 5K, but that doesn't mean I stop. Now I have a new goal. I can do 7.5. Why not? I still have like 8 days left. Why can't I do 7.5? So what is my team doing? They're smashing goals. They're smashing goals 2 weeks ahead of time because I'm smashing goals ahead of time. And then they're not stopping. They hit that goal. They're like, forget it. I'm going for supervisor this month. You just hit qualified producer 2 days ago. I'm hitting it. I'm going for it. But if I wasn't showing them that, they wouldn't be doing it. Not every single one of our coaches are going to do what we do, but I promise you, they won't do what you don't do. They won't do it. So do what you want your coaches to do. Push for your upline like you want your team to push for you. I know for a fact that that cycle is real. I've been a part of pushes. I was around for Khalil's push to Prez, Nagin's push, Marcus's push. I was a part of all three of those. And when you push for them, you get it back. So a lot of my team right now is not supervisors yet. They're pushing for me. They're hitting me up. Well, how do we get you to active? How do we get you to active world team? How do we do this? I don't explain. Explain this to me. And that's because I ask those same questions to my upline. What you do for your upline, your downline will do for you. So lead your team by example. And then also the best part about pushing, like this month is the first time, I don't know if I'm supposed to put all this business out here, but this is the first time like we're this high up almost to 80K for Marcus's mill cut, for Marcus to hit 80 since we've been. We haven't hit 80 since we got the pin. So we got a pin and we're not hitting 80. And that's our job. Marcus can't do anything but go get some more people. That's what he can do, go get more people. But for us already being here, we're ahead of schedule for the first time. So let's all keep pushing. Let's push for him. Let's push for ourselves. There's no reason if you are a supervisor on this call that you do not get 5K. Do you believe it? If you don't believe it for yourself, you're not going to get it. If you have any doubt, you're not going to get it. That's all I got, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Yo, that girl preaching. Girl is preaching. That's what's up, Cody Lee. As you can see, if you guys ever seen Cody around her journey, you can see that she's different. She's changed. She's grown. As she said, she's not the same person as she was. She's continually finding ways to grow and impact other people's lives, watching her push through resistance and continue to show up. Like, she shows up to everything. Like, it's obvious that the reason why she is what she is and her team is what she is, she shows up. She continues to plug in. There's no excuses that come out from her. She has same things we all face, all the same issues, but she continues to show up. But I was watching, I was like, oh, yo, I'm not taking the notes. But what I do love is like tracking what you're doing and looking at your DMO. Now you can see what business building actions you're taking that's going to impact your business. By knowing, oh, I get 7 responses, you know, like if I want to get 14, I got to double up, or 7's good, I can manage that. But she knows exactly what her input is to get the output. And sometimes in Herbalife, you may think you're doing work. You may think that you're in action. You may think that you're posting and doing that, but then you're not having any conversations about the business, about products, and you're not getting value. You're not making money. You're not impacting lives, but you got to track to see what does that really look like. Numbers don't lie. So thank you for that share. Also, I love that quick note about following up with people just to check in and see how they're doing. That's imperative. They said there's a fortune in the follow-up. That's what you got to do. You spend all this work getting people. How about you follow up? And if you're in action, it's really easy to forget some of the people that you talk to. And you look back, even me, I look back and I'm like, whoa, totally forgot about that person. But I'm glad I wrote it down so now I can follow up with that person. So great shares, following up that energy from event to event and always setting new goals. Thank you, Cody Lee. All right, the next person I'm going to bring up, it's amazing what this woman is being able to do as well. Watching a shift in her from Power Camp, seemed really excited about life, just happy, which is what attracted me into the business. So I know that a lot of people are going to be coming into her business as she's hitting her already 25 cut for her active suit for this month. But also just looking at what she's doing as a remote business. She doesn't really have her upline in the same town. She doesn't have a club to plug into, but she's always popping up on the top leaders list because she's obviously doing action. It's funny, sometimes I remember she was like, I don't really know what I was doing, but she was doing action. She didn't have the plan yet. She was like, I know I was talking to people and I was getting people on plans. That's it. Use word talk. But now she's starting to figure it out. So I'm excited to hear what her end of the month push is, what she's pushing for. Please help me introduce Miss Carter, Casey Carter, out there, Seattle.
Shoot, I've never had to take myself off of this mute before. Can you guys hear me? I'm in Seattle, World Team. And Marcus wanted me to share a little bit about what's happened to me since Power Camp. Big change, huge change for me. And I was listening, I'm like, I don't even think I could keep this down to 5 minutes. I was trying to figure out what I could say that would sum it all up, and there's just no way to do it. So just a couple months prior to Power Camp, I had what I now recognize, thanks to Nagin, as resistance. And there was, I just wasn't hitting numbers. I wasn't really feeling it. I was kind of feeling not as excited about it as I was before. And little things like my brother went and I originally got him on a plan, and he lives in California, and then he signed up under somebody else. And I was like, oh, and then my team quit. So the supervisors that I had stopped doing it. So I just kind of felt just kind of dragged down from that. And but I knew that I was still meant to do something bigger, and that I wasn't meant to stop. So I was trying to like really force my positive messages out on Facebook. I would like find something, I'm like, I got to put something positive, but I wasn't feeling positive on the inside, but I was really forcing it. So it was obvious. And so like my messages were coming out, I wasn't getting any responses coming back to me. And so I wasn't hitting any numbers. Even my regular people weren't buying their packages. So when I got to Power Camp, a couple things hit me, and it's so crazy just to be around your guys' energy and to be around you, and how important like just the feeling of the vibe it is. And so when you say show up to these calls, show up to those things, I had felt distanced, I think, because I was hitting I was qualifying for promos, but I couldn't afford to fly to the promos. And I was like, dang. But when I got to the promo or when I got to the Power Camp and I was feeling the energy, I feel the belief from everybody. And it was so funny to have everyone who actually believes in me talk to me about it. And I think listening to people's stories, listening that some people do go down and do come up, and everyone has their own journey. Some people will come up, some people will go down. Everyone's president's team journey isn't the same. Someone's going to be really amazing for a little bit. Somebody's going to fall down for a minute. And like RJ said, getting back to the basics and getting back to what excites you about Herbalife. For me, it was the Power Camp. It was being with you guys. It was seeing how everyone was going and how I was like human. I wasn't supposed to hit these awesome numbers by myself all the time. So I was like, okay, there's a little bit of grace there. There's some ability for me to say, oh, I don't need to feel ashamed because I was not hitting numbers. I don't need to feel like I'm not like where I'm supposed to be because I wasn't, because two people on my only two supervisors stopped doing Herbalife. And so when I got back, I continued with my DMOs. I was doing a lot of affirmations, looking in the mirror with every single one of them, telling myself how awesome I was, and listening to the videos on YouTube. The motivational videos they're still so powerful for me. Like before I do anything in the morning, I'll put it on, and it talks about how everyone like starts from the bottom and they have these massive struggles, but they're like, look at your vision. What do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And I'm getting ready for work and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be at work. I want to be helping people. I want to be out doing Herbalife. But I'm like, I have to do this, and you have to go through your phases, and you have to realize what you want, and you have to continue to visualize it every single day. And you have to say that, and huge for me was taking those 5 minutes and visualizing where you want to be in your future, because it was so powerful to visualize like what you want your future to look like rather than the struggles that it's going to take to get there. And so it's like, if you can spend more time visualizing where you know you're going to be than where you are right now, then it's going to be so much easier to get yourself to those goals. And so I'm doing my DMOs, I'm doing my affirmations, I'm praying every day, I'm reading my devotions, and that starts my day off crazy. And the energy that I have and the positivity that I have, my posts are real now. I don't have to like fake the funk. Like I'm actually feeling the shit that I'm putting out there. And the response that I've received is insane. It's like when they talk about the universe turning and feeling it. And I don't have a camp to invite people to yet. I don't have the HMO meetings yet. I don't have all that, but I have like the stairs that I run. I did an event for Valentine's Day for females, and I had 10 females showing up that were all single, and two of them cried, and they're like, she's like, I was so sad about being by myself on Valentine's Day, and I had us all dressing up like stupid 80s women, but we went and played dodgeball. And so it was like, So we went and played, and so these girls were crying, and they're like, Casey, you made this different, you made this positive, and now we're planning a single girls event like every month now, and I'm having a meeting at my house, almost like a women's empowerment, but my own version of it. And so I had a really good talk with Cody about like my thing. So it was like, okay, so I can either go to court with my daughter's dad and face that resistance and move to Arizona with y'all, or I can start my own shit in Seattle and get this cracking up here, and that can battle that resistance. And so I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna stay in Seattle. I'm gonna get this shit cracking. Sorry about my language, but and so when I got back, I was like, I didn't look at it as like a task. I didn't look at it as, oh my God, this is gonna be so hard. I looked at it like, I can do this. I'm meant to do this. This is what I'm supposed to be. And so in that, I woke up the other day, I had money in my PayPal account. I was like, what the hell? It was from a guy who was supposed to buy a package like 3 months ago. And then he was like, finally decided to buy the pack. He's like, I want 2. So he like doubled the money he was supposed to send me. I had, so that was out of the blue. All my old people that used to buy packages came back and reordered again. I had a guy who lost 30 pounds and he was the hardest sale ever. Oh my God. I spent hours with him on the phone, but I explained everything. I coached him through the 30 days. He lost 30 days or 30 pounds in 30 days. And he was like so pumped about it and so on fire that he was like, I want to help people, but I don't want to sell Herbalife. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so he put $4,000 in my bank account yesterday to buy 20 packages for the Seattle Miss football team that I used to play for. So I had a Zoom call last night with 18 girls from the LFL who are all pumped about being on Herbalife. And they all, like 3 of them do Advocare. And they were like, I just want to try Herbalife, you know? And I was like, I don't want you to just try Herbalife. Herbalife's my baby. Like, I want you to give it your all. And so I get a chance to be with my LFL girls, but I'm not out there killing myself on the field, but I still have a chance to be a part of the team and do something big with these guys. And I have no idea what's going to come out of that, but I have that. I had, and then I've got 4 or 5 other people that have just messaged me today. And I don't know what to call it, but as soon as I found out that resistance was what was causing all my bullshit, I was like, oh no, I'm not going out like that. And it was Nagine's talk that really, told me about that and really made me recognize it for what it was. And so originally I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm so sad. I'm not myself. And it's resistance. And as soon as I recognized it, I was like, F you. I was pissed off. When I got back from the power camp, I had a temperature of 103 and I still went to work. And they were like, Casey, go home. What's wrong with you? And I was like, I feel great. I'm not letting resistance get me down. They're like, you look like shit. Go home. And I was like, okay. But I was like, the whole time I was still in the gym, still working out, I was like, I'm not going to get sick and lose this feeling because I did not want to let that go. And so it's like, you have to recognize it for what it is, battle it every single day. Do your DMOs, even though you wake up and you might not feel like it. I always feel better afterwards. And I can't explain it because I don't know what it is. It's just the universe that brings back good back to you. And it just makes you feel like you're actually out there doing something. I've had multiple messages with people telling me how big of a difference I make. I've had, and how positive I am and how they want me to like coach their kids. They want me to do kid camps and Herbalife for kids in the summer. And there's just crazy things that are coming at me and everything is genuine. I don't have to, fake it. So it feels good. So I don't know, whatever power camp, whatever happened there, it was extremely powerful. I just picked up something from everybody. And so every conversation I had, every single person I talked to, like, just build me up. And I came back. Oops, I just lost my thing. Hang on. Sorry. Came back and it's like, it's flowing through me. So I'm about to turn up in Seattle, y'all. I'm about to slay over here. Get ready. Oh, and I'm pushing for 10K. Just saying. I'm about to place this order on Monday. It's gonna do some things. So my goal is 10K today, or 10K this month. That's all.
Yo, 10K. Yo, she's high. Did y'all feel it? I don't think you were faking that one, Casey. I think that was real. But so much within that share. As you can see, it's pure joy, pure love, pure energy. excited about life. I messaged Casey the other day. She was like, yo, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm happy about life. I'm happy. And I'm like, yo, I'm happy for you. That's awesome. Be happy. But that exudes into other people out in the universe. So what I got away from that share was a lot, but making sure that you're fighting resistance and you're actually feeling it. You're not faking it. Like you said, you don't have to fake it. Excuse me. You feel it. And when you feel that way, people can genuinely sense a sense of happiness from you. And then that's what people are attracted to. And that's what you get to share. You don't have to share a fake feeling. You get to share a real feeling. And then the universe just does its thing. You attract it into your life. But also just the personal development and then plugging in to Power Camp and the events, being around like-minded people so you can use that energy, harness it and bottle it up like Cody mentioned as well, and then go back out and give that to the world. So one of the things from Power Camp, we talked about we live in our own little bubble. But what I love is that when we come in that little bubble, we all spread out, and then we get to bring some more people in that bubble, and that bubble gets bigger every single time. And I love that. That's what we get to do, is bring people in to feel this type of energy, to feel this type of love. So I love what you said. This is my baby. Don't try it. I want you to give it your all because it's an amazing opportunity. So that's dope. We're excited to see things to continue to blow up for you. So anybody that's remote, look at what's possible. You don't need a club. You can build that. You can start something. S2I in Arizona was started with somebody's vision, and they built it. HealthQ here in Colorado was started with somebody's vision, and then they built it. So whatever vision you have, go out and live in your purpose, step in your greatness, and it will continue to come into you so you can fill that up and build your own group, build your own following. So that is super dope. We're going to keep this thing going. The next person I want to bring up to the mic, you've heard her name said over and over and over through this call because she's such an influence on what we do. We're so lucky to have her as a friend, as a sister, as just everything in our life. She does beast things in Herbalife. Like, she qualifies for all type of stuff. She's always VIP. She's going on trips. She's always killing it. She's always on stage. She delivers amazing performances on stage, great speeches, but I don't think she understands how impactful she is in our life. We are blessed to have her in this amazing family that we already have. But listen to how you act, what you're saying. A lot of it comes from this woman because she works so damn hard on herself that it pours out of her. I don't think she can even contain it. I think like even she couldn't just be quiet. Like, it just comes out. Like, she does so much. It's just like, it jumps out. But I love it. I'm excited to hear her go ahead and smash and finish up this amazing, amazing panel. You guys all been killing it, so congratulations. Thank you. But help me welcome the magician, Naz Negin Azerbaihi.
Oh my gosh, Z, you're cracking me up. Thank you for that smile, and thank you for all the incredible words. That was a really nice way to say she talks too much. But no, I appreciate that. First of all, such an honor to close out this panel because this panel was wicked awesome tonight. Like, you guys absolutely did an incredible job. And literally, I'm just going to repeat what all of you incredible leaders talked about tonight. It was really, really special to see how many of you are like, literally just, you're like, give me the leadership role now. I will take it. Thank you very much. Like, that's what it was like tonight. And that's what we all get to be, like every single person on this call. By the way, it's literally just a shift in your choice of who you want to be. And that's what happened for everybody that shared on the call tonight, and many, many more of you. It's not just the people on the panel, by the way. There's so many people doing incredible things this month, which is why we are on the brink of being back into our full Millionaire Team cuts. It's because so many of us, not 3 of us, not 2 of us, not 5 of us, but so many of us are doing incredible things right now and taking on shifts and taking on momentum. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Negin Azerbaihi. I'm out here in Arizona, currently global expansion team, did the business for 2 years and 3 months part-time. Incredible team, pushed a global expansion team during that time, qualified for a fully paid vacation during that time, was given the opportunity to go full-time when I was laid off. Started off as a client, by the way, so always in love with the products, and actually organically became a business builder just because everybody deserves to feel as great as I did. And I just wanted people to have that opportunity. And then slowly but quickly turned into an incredible business opportunity. So when I was laid off, it was thank you very much. I'm secure and confident that this is my path. And I don't have to, not just secure and confident mentally, but secure and confident financially, by the way, because of what I was able to do part-time. So it's just an incredible journey. If you decide to take on the opportunity, if you make the decision that says, I'm going to take this, thank you very much, you can literally make anything happen for yourself. And the end of month discussion and topic is, you guys aren't going to hear many different things from me outside of committing to your commitments in DMO, because that's literally how you do it. Whatever the goal is, you got to have a daily plan to get there, and your daily plan must be executed to get there. Like, miracles don't happen unless you put work in. Miracles do happen, by the way, but you got to set intention, do the work, you know? And so what I'll share with you guys is something that I shared recently in a Voxer message, is about, doubts that come into your mind. It doesn't matter who you are, what position in the marketing plan you are, how long you've been in the business. It doesn't matter. What is going to happen is you're going to get into action. You're going to do some work. You're going to get into action for a certain number of days. And when you don't see a result, you're going to have some resistance pop in, and it's going to come in the form of doubt. That's the biggest form it's going to come in. I've been sending messages. I've been talking to people. Nobody's showing up. Nobody's responding. And you start to doubt you. You start to doubt if this is going to work. You start to doubt if the outcomes are really going to be the outcomes if with the work that you're putting in. You guys, there's no secret sauce. The difference between the people that make it are the people that just keep going anyway. That's it. So ask yourself, am I someone that's willing to just keep going anyway? Because if you are, guess what? You can be president of Team 2 and hit all the benchmarks along the way. That is it, right? But if you have a unclear daily plan, or no daily plan at all, and maybe your plan says, okay, I'm going to send messages every day. I'm going to talk to people every day. I'm going to do personal development every day. The more general, the less likely it's going to happen. It must be specific. I'm going to do 30 minutes of this book every single day. I'm going to do this many messages every single day. I'm going to talk to this many people every single day. It must be a clear path for you to be able to do the tracking and saying, am I doing it or am I not doing it? Because your mind will make things up. Kai shared something recently about your mindset and how the snowball effect can go in a positive or negative direction. Either way, a lot of you guys have heard me say it too. Snowball effect is usually used in a negative way. But you can have a snowball effect in the positive way too if you choose to. It's just whatever you want to keep thinking about, that's going to perpetuate, right? So the thing about it is I can tell you this week, you guys, I've been the most consistent in my cold market contacts daily, every single day for the last 5 or 6 days. Every single day, contacts. More than one. Some days 5, some days 3, some days, the hardest thing for me is the thing that I've been the most consistent in. But the results have not been there. Right? So I have every right, just like all of you, to start doubting if the work is worth it. But I also have faith in the truth of the past, which means when you keep going, any person, anywhere, trying to do anything, whether it's Herbalife or not, as long as they keep going, they will get to their destination. So what thought do I want to perpetuate into a snowball effect? Which thought? Because the doubt will have me stop. The belief that no matter what, I'm priming the pump and I may not see it yet, but momentum is building in a hidden space that my eyes cannot see yet. That's the thought I want to focus on. That thought gets me excited to go, when is it going to blow up? I'm going to keep going because the blow up's about to happen. That excites me to keep going. But the thing is this, if you're doing work, but it's not specific, even if you do some work every day, but it's not specific, I don't even care if I'm doing 2 messages a day for every day. I don't care the quantity personally. right? But what specifically are you committing to do? Because when the doubts come in and you're starting to go through the lull in your business and you're not seeing the volume grow and the clients aren't coming and the reorders fall off, when you say I'm going to do work every day and it's not clear, it's very easy to find things other than your work to do. It's very easy to have creative avoidance. But when it's like, nothing's working, I don't know, but here's my DMO. I said I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Then at least I have something very solid and foundational to fall back on, no matter how I'm feeling. No matter how I'm feeling in the moment, all I know is I have this to do. So I'm just going to keep doing it. And that action is what primes your pump. That action is what creates the momentum that you can't see in the space that your eyes have not been able to have access to yet. But if it's unclear, your fallback will be nothing. So it's so important for you to have a daily method of operation and to understand that things aren't going to be perfect. And even though you have the doubts or the fears or the questions or whatever it shows up as, have the dang DMO so clear that all you know is to still do that. And it will turn around because the DMO will give you a clear path when your mind doesn't want to do it, to just do it. And when you have that and you keep going, that's going to be your rock, your backbone to get you going through the resistance, because when you push through the resistance, success is on the other side. It's proven every single time. And if you don't believe it, great, prove me wrong. Keep going through your doubts and then tell me you weren't successful. Nobody has been able to prove that wrong. Every time it's been proven right. So have your solid foundation, whatever it is, and no matter what feeling you have going on, fall back on your backbone and do the work. It could be a matter of hours that your pump starts giving out that water, or it could be the matter of days. But in the grand scheme of things, you're going for a big vision goal. So what matters is your daily work, not what happens in the next couple hours. So as we're going into this end of month, you guys, this is the early end of month call. We've got a couple weeks left into this month, you guys. So stick to your DMOs. If you don't have DMOs, create specific goals tonight of what you're going to do every single day to build your business and build your mindset up until the end of the month, because you can still hit your goal. If we have that many people doing 2,500 by the 15th and people doing 5K by the 20th, you damn well can do 2,500 by the end of the month. Because what people just did, have faith in the truth of the past. What people just did is available to you. Let's go. That's all I got for you guys.
Yo, Nas! As you can see why she got that introduction, and she is who she is, because she just said what she said. No, I'm just kidding. Great job, Nas. So much to take away from it. It's power in that share, guys. A lot of great, so many things were popping up in my mind, but one of the things when she talks about commit to your commitments, if you don't have anything written down to commit to, what are you committed to? Really, like, what is your goal? DMOs are great guidance for you, but as she said, they're really there to help you when you don't want to do it. Like when you don't want to do something, the DMO helps you get through that day. When you don't feel like talking to people, you don't feel like sending messages, you're in your own way, you're starting to just down talk yourself, do the things on that list. Excuse me. One of the things that popped into my mind was a quote, I don't know who it was by, but if you approach your dreams or anything casually, it becomes a casualty. So if you're just casually approaching your DMO, it's done. It's dead. If you're casually approaching the next pin or whatever you're pushing for, it's dead. You have to go in for what you believe in. You have to go in. You have to follow that DMO. You have to stick to it. You have to push yourself, continue to get uncomfortable. But that was a great thing. Also talking about when doubt creeps in, that's the resistance. So I look at it like this. How long did it take you to show up to this opportunity? Think about that. How long did you watch the person that brought you into this? How long did it take you to say yes? So when you're impatient about doing your DMO, you're talking to people, you're sending messages, you're out doing cold markets, and you expect that person to sign up and be excited about Herbalife the next day, and it took you a year? It took you 2 years, RJ? It took me damn near 7 years? How long did you watch? And when you decided to say yes, how long did you wait to say, I'm gonna pay this forward to other people? And if you decided to pay it forward to other people, how long did you wait to actually take action? How long did you wait to actually start helping people? How long did you wait to come back from your comeback? When you were feeling down and you were excited and you've got a couple people and they all quit, how long did it take for you to show back up? So you got to give yourself grace, as MJ said in the beginning. This is a journey. It is difficult. We do simple things, but it's hard to do consistently. Yes, that is true. But what we get to do is amazing. We have the power to change somebody's life for the rest of their life. Some of the people that I've directly helped that are on this call now, I can remember where they were at and where they are now. And everything that I had to go through to get them here was more than worth it. So remember that. How long did you wait? Be patient. Stay engaged in your consistent action. Be excited about it. Go back to your basics. Believe in yourself. Give yourself grace. Wherever you are, whatever you envision, you can build it because you need to go do it anyway. All the things. This was a fire call. Like, everybody shares something dope. Go back and listen to this call. I hope is it recorded, MJ? I hope you. Oh man, I don't even know if you record. You got it? Awesome. This is a dope call. Like, you got to share this with people. They have to see what was said on this call tonight. I'm going to open it up real quickly for anybody that has anything that they want to share about in the month, takeaways, things that they're going to apply, things that they like, that they heard, whatever. I'll open it up really quickly for y'all. 1, 2, 3, go. Somebody got something. All that fire information, nobody got nothing to take away?
I do. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, let me put my video on. Can you guys see me? Hey guys! I just want to say something that I usually struggle with is consistency. And so, like, I know I shared it with Nagin and then like Marcus. Sometimes I'm like super, super vocal in the Voxer groups, like 3 days, 4 days at a time. And then you guys don't hear from me for like 2 days straight. So right now I'm noticing like the momentum in every group that I'm in is like on level 10. I just want to encourage everyone and myself to keep going. Like, I feel like every day we've been treating every single day like it's EOM. And I feel like that's been like greatly noticeable in our volume points and our new clients and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to tell everyone, keep going. Like, let's go. I'm going to keep going. I don't know who's going to be with me, but I'm going to keep going. I know Nagin's going to keep going with me. So let's go. I'm up there. And I miss you guys.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Kai. Like, momentum drives momentum, guys. That's the name of the game. You stay plugged in, you keep the momentum pushing, and it just feeds you. You got to keep going. You keep sharing. You stay in that zone as long as possible. So thank you for sharing. Consistency is key. I see another person stepping up. I'm just going to Miss Wiz. Are you ready to share?
Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. First of all, you guys, I want to say this is the first call that I've been on. I've got 4 pages of notes. That's a lot. I'm just going to hit some really key points. First of all, I want to also shout out Kai, because Kai has been like on fire since Power Camp. I love it. She's been inspiring me. She's adding the fuel to my fire, which has been awesome. Then Casey, man, I really can relate with what Casey said, because I'm sure others can relate as well, but I've been there right now as far as like losing your whole team and rebuilding, and you also are the fuel to my fire. So my takeaways real quick, MJ, fix all things in action. And I know Nagin says it all the time, new solves everything. So that's what I'm focused on right now, fixing things while being in action. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but I'm good to go. I'm gonna do this every day, DMO every day until I win. That's it for me, guys.
Yo, Wiz, I appreciate the share. You got that hair, did? Hey. All right, I see you. Oh, thanks for the share. That is, action fixes everything. New fixes everything. The more action you take, the less problems you'll notice. I promise you, because you always got a new person in there that you're helping, that you're building. So always stay in action mode, not management mode. Thank you, Wiz. Anybody else got anything to say?
Yeah, we got one more coming.
Okay, all right. I see Lindsay unmuted too, so I'll come back to you.
Hi.
What up, dude?
So as you all know, I'm very new to this, so I walk into every event, every meeting like a sponge. I'm soaking up so much information, but online, sorry.
Lens, could you mute yours? I think that's coming from yours. Thank you. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, cool. So one line stood out to me the most tonight, and Zarek, I believe you said it. Hold on. Action brings attraction. So by staying in action and being a live example for other people, it makes them want to do more. And just watching the people around me, like RJ, who I see a lot, I'm watching him in action, and it just makes me want to do more for him. Like Cody was saying earlier, just to be able to push for him to get to a certain place and pushing for everybody, I know it will come back to me. So I just want to work hard for everybody around me, so it'll come back to me one day. That's all. Okay, bye.
Yeah, D, thanks for sharing. New in here, sharing takeaways. That's awesome. It is a huge thing, guys. Just like when we give service to the masses, how we help other people change their lives, as you push for your upline and you support your sideline, it all comes back to you. Each of us needs all of us. If everybody's energy is needed and wanted to be a part of this team, to be a part of this push. I mean, I get excited. I have nothing to do in the game's business, but I was amped. I'm like, yo, go get that team. Go get 2.5. Like, I love it. So anyway, I can speak it to her team. I love it. And she takes time to speak to my team. It's amazing what we get to do is support each other. So that's awesome. Anybody else? I know we're getting late, but I thank you for your shares. If we could, I think is Lindsay still
do it. I want to do one.
All right, Peg, go ahead, Pegger.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of tag on to that. After the Power Camp, you know, we see everybody's faces in these Zoom calls, and just to meet everybody and actually get to talk to them in person was so great. And I just heard something at STS that I just wanted to repeat because it just is exactly what everybody's saying. There's no limit to what we can do if we don't care who gets the credit. So I just love that because, you know, everything that I do affects my team and this team. And so one of the biggest things that I learned was that sometimes you'll lose momentum. And so that really was kind of scary to me. And so that's why I'm like, I'm never going to lose momentum. So by doing that, it's just going to keep the momentum of the team going. I mean, everybody shares. Cody's like killing it. You're doing great. Kai came in here like a powerhouse. It's just everybody, and seeing everybody's action, it just makes me want to go more. So anyway, that quote from STS, I'm like going to paste it on my wall or something. But anyway, so that's it.
Yo, Peg, thank you for sharing that. That's an awesome quote. Think about it, man. If you only show up for you, you're only going to show up sometime. But if you show up to push for everybody, you're always there giving, and everybody's giving. And that's when amazing things start to happen into this business and in our lives in general. So thank you so much. If that's the last one, I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. Is Lynn still on? I know she unmuted herself for a quick spot. You still here, Lindsay? You there? Did you leave? I think she left. Awesome. So if you do got takeaways, guys, you can go ahead and voice those in the Power Movement Boxer. You know, any takeaways are always welcome, but I would love to thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody's energy was well needed. I love looking at your faces. Continue to plug in. Go out there, take away some of this energy, take away all that energy, and go out there and continue to impact people's lives. And then we're going to finish out this month strong. End of month. Let's get it. I'm going to get that 5K at 5. If I got to go out there, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. But let's get it, y'all. I love y'all. I see y'all faces. Let's continue to grow, baby. Let's go. I'm out.